Okay, cool. So, I don't really know what I'm gonna even talk about in this video. Right now, I'm sitting outside. I'm smoking the last of my weed. I have my pink certs, and the THC total is 32.3%. The THCA is 36.2%, and for the Delta 9 THC, it's got 0.60%. And the other cannabinoids, CBGA 1.70, CBG 0.14, and THCVA 0.22. And I don't even know what that means. And it's got terpenes in there too. So cool. Cool. So I'm going to be... Yo, where's my grinder? I just found it. So here's my grinder. There's a Midgie in my car. For those of you who don't know, if you hear any buzzing, it's because it's the Midgie. For those of you who aren't near, like, I don't know where the hell, the Northeast, like, Midgies are just these tiny little bugs that are everywhere. They're harmless. They don't do anything. They're just everywhere. But fun fact, the birds will eat them, so that's cool. I can never open this. Like, this is, I'm not a child. Right? Damn. So, also, if you hear my Crocs on the floor, like, my apologies. Damn, what should I even, like, talk about in this video? Let's try and, like, think. I don't know, besides smoking. And I think, too, I'm gonna grind all this stuff up, and then I'm gonna take all the keef that's in there, and I'm gonna put it all into a comb for tonight, and then that's the last I'm gonna smoke tonight, because after this, I'll have no more weed, because I don't have a job right now. Because, well, let me just give you guys a little backstory. So, you know what, should I make this, like, a story time video? Like, just spread all my personal business out on social media? And imagine if this doesn't get, like, any views either. That would be kind of embarrassing. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys. So, I was working at a gym not too long ago, and I was in a relationship while I was working at this gym. And in the beginning, everything was fine. Everything was okay. I was doing really good. This is like, because I was also unemployed a little bit before I had that job. And it took me a while to try and find a job. I wanted a job somewhere that I would be able to still be active, because I take like 2-hour hikes like every single day for my mental health and my physical health. Right? So I was like, okay, well, it's going to be winter soon. It snows where I am. Like, I need to get a job where I could, like, still be active. So what better place than the gym? Right? So I started working there. Not too bad. I get into this relationship with this guy. We met on Bumble. Okay, and the first thing that I sent to him, like, when I talk to dudes on dating apps and stuff like that, I like to just, like, shit around, like, joke around. And I sent him, like, this meme of, like, a Smurf with its butt out sleeping. Yeah, I don't know. If I can, like, if I'm editing this video, like, I'll try and find it and, like, edit there. If I can't, I won't edit, and I hope you know what I'm talking about. But pretty much that is what got his response, because it was Bumble. And on Bumble, the girl has to message first. And there's, like, a waiting period. Like, if they don't respond in, like, 24 hours, then it'll go away. And it was, like, 17 hours. And then he finally responded. And so then we just started talking from there. And at that time, I had no friends, and I just had, like, gotten to some beef with my family as well. Like I said, I met him actually, I think I had the date with him before I started working at my job. But yeah, on our first date, we went to Arabica, which is some coffee place near me. I don't know why I just said the name. Like, you guys know where that is. But we went to a little coffee place, and he bought me my coffee, which was the first, like, test, because at the time when I was going out with these dudes from dating apps, I was, like, very strict. Okay, I was very strict. And so I would make sure they didn't say anything, like, too overly sexual to me, or just, like, any red flag, I would immediately shut it down. So he managed to get past all the way to the first date. And this guy, mind you, like, wow, wait till I tell you, like, you know what I mean? So on our first date too, we went into this little crystal shop too that was right near the coffee shop, and he had bought me a candle, a Pisces candle, and he got himself his sign, the Taurus candle, and that was like $60. So this man already spent like $100 on our first date, and I've never respected myself in the past before to, like, let a man do that for me. So, like, I was like, oh, wow, like, he spent some money on me. And then also, on our first date, he wanted to continue the date, and he asked me if I wanted to go to dinner with him, and I passed that up. I was like, no, and I didn't even kiss him or anything. I think I gave him a little hug, And, you know, that was our first date. And then, you know, we also went on our second date. He spent like, you know, $200 on me that time. He bought me dinner, drinks, you know, all that stuff. He asked if he wanted, like, if I wanted some clothes, like if we wanted to go into any stores, and he'd buy me some clothes. But at the time I was like, no, that's too much. Guys, ladies, if a guy ever offers to buy you a bunch of clothes, spend all this money on you, never say no. Never, ever say no, because they're probably hiding something from you that's going to end up breaking your heart, or they've probably done something evil to a woman before you. So just don't feel bad about taking his money and letting him spend. If he wants to spend it on you, that's on him. Okay? And if he ever does try to hold that against you in the future, just be like, that's because you wanted to. You know, I didn't ever force you to do that. Anyways, so we keep dating. Our third or fourth date, I believe, he took me to Chicago, and that was on Thanksgiving Day, or not Thanksgiving Day, but we were there for Thanksgiving, and it was really nice. You know, he got us a nice little hotel room with his points. He drove us there. He like drove a nice BMW, and I was a little bit scared because at this point, like, you know, ladies, don't go out to a whole nother state with a man that you don't know. The only reason I did is because I felt safe enough, and I kept asking him. I, like, you know, I warned him. I was like, by the way, like, I sent your whole first, last name, your contact, your address, a picture of you to every single one of my friends. I want you to know, like, I sent it to my family. So, you know, if you got, ladies, be smart. But yeah, he took me there. It was very nice, actually. Went to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. It was the first time I ever got treated, like, really like a princess like that. So, honestly, I kind of did really like it. And because he was, like, financially providing for me in all these, like, ways, I was really starting to, like, you know, obviously I did like him enough personality-wise that I was going out, but, like, the money, too. Like, money makes the world go round. Money makes me, you know, whatever. Not to sound like a gold digger, but I do listen to Sheer 7, and I do believe, whatever. That's not about, let me get to the story. Anyways, so that was, like, you know, around November, Thanksgiving time, and then, we also hung out for, like, Christmas. Things were going really well. I was doing good at my job up until February on my birthday. I didn't find anything out yet. But when I knew, like, things were starting, there were things that I was suspecting, before I ever found anything on this man's phone or anything. Like, there were just small signs that were subtly given to me that this man was, you know, not who I think he is. I always sort of felt, I have a very, like, I'm very intuitive, and I could always feel, like, this dark, sinister energy around this man, and I couldn't explain what it was, because I remember when we were going to Chicago, I kept asking him, like, are you a murderer? Are you gonna kill me? Like, I kept asking that, because I could feel something is off, and then even while I still continued being with him, like, he was really good at, like, tricking me. Like, I really, like, I don't know, it was so weird. Because I did like him, and I thought he really did like me, but then there was just something that felt so off. And what it was is that this man is gay. This man is gay, whether he will admit it to himself or not. He is gay, because on my birthday, he made me cry on my birthday, which is how I knew it's not going to work, which I forget if I just said that, but, like, the day after my birthday, I couldn't fall asleep. I was sleeping at his apartment, and he was, like, deep in his sleep, and I was up for, like, 2 hours just going back and forth with myself, because God or something or someone was calling to me, telling me, go through that man's phone. Like, you have to go through his phone. You have to go through his phone. Okay, so what do? I didn't want to. At that point, like, I was really working hard to be healthier, because I do struggle. You know, I have borderline personality disorder, so it took me a lot to be able to be in a relationship that long and have no episodes up until that point. So that was, like, you know, I don't even know, like, freaking, like, 3 months, and I still didn't have an episode, and that's really good for me. But then after I went through his phone, I just did the casual, like, I didn't even go searching for anything. I just swiped up to see what apps he had open. I saw Discord. I know from my past that Discord is maybe something I should look at just to see. I wasn't expecting to find anything. And I found something, okay? Oh, and you know what? Before I even tell you what I found, let me just go backtrack and say, I totally forgot. Before I even went through his phone and stuff like that, I found a woman's thigh-high sock in his laundry. One day I was staying with him for like a week or two, and I was going to do his laundry for him because I was trying to do something nice, and I just stumbled upon one thigh-high sock, and he was at school, and I texted him like, whose is this? Like, what the fuck? I'm leaving, da-da-da-da, and he like was freaking out and rushed home, and like, you know, I ended up staying. And he did say it was, oh, it's my sock for walking, and you know what? Anyway, so let's go back to, I finally went through this man's phone. I took his phone to the bathroom. I locked the door. My heart was freaking pounding. He's asleep in the other room. I'm scared he's going to wake up. That's why I took his phone to the bathroom. And I open up the Discord and I see I don't keep scrolling to find more stuff. I see all I need to see. I see this man texting dudes saying like, oh my gosh, you know, talking about like, I wish I was with you and da-da-da-da-da and eating your butt and da-da-da-da-da and sending pictures of himself and his butt and videos and pictures of himself dressed up like a woman, inserting things up his behind, if you know what I mean. And just talking to these dudes. And then, you know, that was the first time I found stuff. Yeah, so I quietly packed my things in the middle of the night as he slept, and I ordered an Uber home, and I left. Yeah, I just left, and I texted him, and I was like, what the fuck, I found all this shit, da-da-da-da-da, you know, that's not cool, and pretty much we came to an agreement, financially, that I wouldn't say anything to anybody, and I stayed with him. And at that point, I'm gonna tell you more things that I found throughout the relationship, so you can understand, like, at that point, I didn't know everything, and I only saw a little bit, and I was like, dude, I don't know if I really care that much, like, am I able to still work through it, like, but at that point, I knew, because of my borderline too, like, my trust had been broken, and there's no going back. You know, the only reason that I did go back was because of the financial gain that I had gained, you know what I mean? So, and also because it's like, wow, I really, like, was starting to, like, feel like, because I literally thought I had a future with him, like, I was starting to imagine, like, us getting married and what our future kids would be like and us living together, and, you know, I was like so wrong, and, you know, looking back in retrospect, there were signs that I should have known, and I'll tell you guys that if I remember after I tell you the rest of the story. So I stayed with him, I don't even know, man, we would just be in, like, a lot of fights from then on, and so I found more stuff on his phone, I think. Like, I found the Twitter, because he didn't delete his Twitter pages. He just deleted, like, the Discord and stuff like that. I don't even know what to say. So he still had Twitter pages up with 40,000 followers. And I didn't realize he had 40,000 followers up until, like, we had already broken. I didn't realize it was that much. I knew he had a decent following, but I didn't realize it was that much because he took his pages down now. But you can still see, like, that it was up in the past. And his fans, he had fans. They re-uploaded his freaking stuff. Like, I don't know what I did to deserve. Actually, I've done a lot of mean things, so I guess I could, like, I don't, but I still don't understand why it involved me with these shenanigans, when you know, like, that you obviously you're not ready for a relationship if you're doing this. You didn't tell me. I told him so many times, it would have been different had you told me from day one, this is what you're up to, this is your style, this is your life, this is what you do. And no, he just didn't tell me and lied to me the whole time. And I told him in our relationship, I am never okay with being cheated on, whether it be emotionally, physically, whatever, what have you. So, and I asked him, what makes you think I would be ever okay with this? I really, like, and he really, I don't think he got it. And I think he really doesn't know that he's gay, or he's just so scared to admit it. And it makes me feel bad for him. And, you know, but it's like, come on, bro. Like, that's just some ridiculous ass shit. He was texting dudes on Snapchat, and, you know, like, I just, I can't do it. And once I found, because, like, I didn't watch all the videos. I mainly just saw pictures at first, but then I remember, once I saw the videos, it was over, because it's like, I can't even look at you the same. You are gay. And I remember, too, at one point we went to Pittsburgh after I had found out all that stuff, and then I went on his phone, and I saw him texting a dude on Snapchat, and I woke him up from his sleep, and I was like, we should name our baby, blah, 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 whatever the dude's name was. He was like, what? Yeah. And then I, like, you know, whatever. That was a bad night. He, like, threatened to leave without me and leave me in Pittsburgh by myself. And, I, like, literally, like, slept near the door of the hotel room because I was scared if I fell asleep, he was gonna leave me in the middle of the night. And we were, like, he was screaming at me, and I was screaming at him, and it was a very nice hotel, and we got like upgraded to like a really nice room for free. And we were just like, I was screaming. I was like scared that he was gonna leave me there. Like, one of the biggest things with BPD is like a fear of abandonment. And he's saying he's gonna leave me in this city with no freaking way to get home. I don't have any money. Like, that was really freaking scary and messed up. Like, the things that like went down in that relationship, and things that he said to me too, and like just randomly bringing up like, oh, my ex-girlfriend turned into a stripper, and then the other one like left the country. I don't know what I do to these women, da 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 da. And I remember like in the beginning of our relationship, I had a lot of confidence and stuff like that, and I'd be like, oh, are you doing this because I'm so pretty and doing this because I'm pretty? And he would just like, at one point he was like, you know, I've dated like prettier girls than you before, right? And I was like, why would you even say that? And he really, like, tore down my confidence. And now I would like to tell you some of the signs of, like, a DL guy. Like, because, like, looking back in retrospect, like, this man is gay and he's jealous of me and my beauty and the fact that I'm getting all the male attention that he wants. And this is no disrespect toward, like, the LGBT community. I'm gay. You know what I mean? But a gay man who is not accepting to himself that he is gay and involving a nice sweet girl in his shenanigans, in his gay lifestyle, like, why would you do that to me? Why would you involve me in that? Because I would never do that to you. So that's what really hurt me, because like that was my first like real adult relationship, but I was taking it seriously. And he's 4 years older than me. I was 22 when we met, and he's 27. So he's older now, but it's like, you're 27 years old. He's in school to be a doctor, mind you. He's in school to be a doctor. His parents are from Korea, and they send him here to go to school. They pay for his housing. They pay for his fancy BMW. Like, they pay for his school. So why do you need to make extra money online shaking your butt? I actually am poor. I actually, like, my car's falling apart. It's from 2009. I have to work jobs in order to you don't even need that. Like, why? That's, like, what gets me. And anyways, to sum things up, I did, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm a bad person here, and I don't really know how much I should say. I've kept some things out of the story, but I did send the pictures of him to his classmates. I did. And I do feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, how can I really feel that bad for you when you were doing all of this in front of my face this whole time? And, you know, like, that's just not nice to do. So, you know, and I told him to, like, at one point I was pretty angry, and I thought about, like doxing him, but I would never want to actually do that to someone. First of all, I don't want to get myself in trouble legally. That's never worth it over a man. Second of all, I would never want to actually put his real human life in danger. I am not the one to decide what to do with somebody else's life. I'm not going to say his name, because there's people out there that would hurt guys like him. You know what I mean? There are evil men out there that would see, you know, a guy putting on a dress and some makeup and shaking his booty online for other men, and another guy could get really mad and just kill him over that. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that evil. His life matters too much to me to do that. But his career, on the other hand, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And he's still fine. He's still fine. Everybody's pretending like they never saw anything. So it's sort of dramatic, because that's what people will do. When they see something uncomfortable or awkward that they don't like, most of the time, if you have to see them every single day, they're just going to pretend like it never happened. And they didn't see anything. I actually have quite a bit of keef, y'all. I put some in the other cone. I'm rolling up 2 cones now because I'm like almost out of weed. So I want to make sure that I know exactly how much I have before I smoke, so that I know how much I should smoke tonight, and or for a shit hot box. Anyway, signs that a guy might be DL if you're dating him. If he tells you how to dress, how to look, how to act, if he tells you you're being too loud, that's like what my guy would say, my ex. Be like, you're too loud, you're acting too manly, da-da-da-da-da. If they never mention a female celebrity that they're interested in, if they don't even have an inkling to show that they like women, you know what I mean? Like, because every guy like, you know, guys like women. They like boobs, they like butts. They're gonna talk about it. You're gonna see them do it at least once. If you don't see him doing that, then I feel like that should be a problem. If he talks too highly of all of his male friends, or specifically one male friend, if he gets all giddy over guys and stuff like that, or if you mention he only ever talks about male celebrities, because that's like what happened with this guy. He listened to a lot of, like, he was Korean, by the way. He listened to a lot of, like, Korean girl groups and stuff like that, but he never mentioned, like, any, like, girl that he specifically liked. Meanwhile, there's a midget right here. Meanwhile, Top from Big Bang. I almost said Top from G-Dragon. G-Dragon is another member. That's not the name of the group. But he was, like, obsessed with him. I'm like, okay. Looking back, there were a lot of signs. Just like, also, I saw a douche in his bathroom. I thought, and I don't, guys, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. I thought it was like an Asian thing, because I know, like, in Japan, I think they invented the bidet. So I thought, like, oh, he's just cleaning his ass for real. But, I mean, he was cleaning, but, you know, no, that was not, it wasn't just for, like, an innocent, like, just cleanliness thing. And also, and I've worked at, like, 2, like, sex store, like, adult retail stores where they sell, like, the adult toys and shit. And I seen a dildo bag on his, like, closet floor. And I knew damn well what it was. But I was just being so, like, yeah, whatever, like, blissful. You know what I mean? Because I was like, no, I don't see anything. It's like, you know, I'm sure a lot of other people, women, men can relate, like, when you're in a relationship and you see the signs, but you're so oblivious to it at the time that you're, like, able to, like, rationalize it in your head for, like, oh no, that's probably just there for blah 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 blah. But, like, no, bro, this shit's fucked up, man. Like, that's just fucked up to do to anybody, you know? Like, I was just playing in my face, just gay in my face, like, come on. And, like, I told him, too, like, when we were in Pittsburgh and we got into a huge fight, I was like, it's okay to be gay. Like, just admit it. But I think he has a lot of shit he needs to work on. Like, I know he's gay. I've asked so many straight guys. There's no way that you could be straight and do that. You gotta be at least a little gay. And, like, I'm not the best person to ask about gay straightness because I'm a little Fruit Loop myself, mind you. Like, I still can't believe it. And after our breakup, I went sort of crazy. I was talking about my job in the first place. I got fired from that, man. I got fired from my job because I no-called-no-showed because I was so depressed because what this guy was doing to me, and I haven't been freaking working since. Okay? And then also, for a while, because of that, and, you know, I don't want to blame anybody else on my own actions, but, I mean, if that hadn't happened to me, would I have relapsed into my drug addiction? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not at that time. Maybe it would have been later and happened differently. That's why I'm not too mad that everything happens for a reason. But come on, man. That was the worst time of my life. I like, come on, man. Really bad time for me. I'm off drugs now, obviously, or I wouldn't be making as much sense and look as healthy as I do. I mean, I still smoke the ganja, the marijuana. But that's about it. Yeah. So, dang, I don't know. I should have just packed these both fully to the brim because I still have, like, quite a bit of this left. Hey, and you know what? Those 2 little buds, they gave me 2 cones, and I used up, like, a good chunk of the keef. So, I'm wondering if I should use this one that has way more keef for tomorrow. That's what I think I'm gonna do. And this one's I'm gonna fill this one up way more. But yeah, guys, that's the story of my gay ex-boyfriend, my DL ex-boyfriend, cross-dressing ex-boyfriend. What should I title the video? Should I, like, lie and be like, no, I'm sorry, guys, be like, I don't know. Anyways, what else should I talk about, or should I end it here? Because I really, like, didn't think this video was gonna last this long. I thought it was gonna be, like, a real quick, cutesy, like, oh, I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about. But then I, like, really got into the zone. And you guys didn't even get to see me smoke yet. So maybe, low-key, maybe I could record me smoking it, and, like, talk some more, but I don't know because my iPad's gonna die. I'm recording this on my iPad. And honestly, too, if this gets uploaded, let me know if you're watching it. But I don't know if I'll be able to even upload this shit for real. I don't really know. But yeah, I'm just gonna do it anyways. I'll figure it out. And even if nobody watches this, or like one person watches it, or it's just me watching it on repeat, that's fine by me, because the less people that know this story, the better. And I'm probably like, I'm like really thinking about, I'm really debating, should I post it? Because this is like my personal business. Like, can I get in trouble for this? But at the, like, whatever, dude, I don't give a fuck. It's my life. I can tell all I want. I have so many other crazy stories that have happened to me. If you guys want to hear that, like, I wish I could show you guys, like, the pictures, but I can't. That was really crazy. Like, this guy's gonna be a doctor. He's gonna be somebody's doctor. He might even be your doctor one day, touching all up on you. Meanwhile, he's got these freaky-ass scary thoughts in his head. Touching it. Like, that really disturbs me. Like, I really thought about it from that aspect. Like, if I had a doctor and I didn't know that, like, that's the type of freak shit he got up to on, like, Twitter and stuff, and had a fansly, oh my god, I would feel very unsafe. And, you know, like, I'm just saying, like, it's different if you're a doctor and you do that in your own private time, right? Sorry, I'm wiping off all the weed that's on me. But posting it on the internet for everybody to see, I don't know how to feel about that. Ugh. And, like, he took away so much of my confidence, too. I'm going to use this as a therapy session now. He took away so much of my confidence, too. This midgie's still in here. I'm about to get it high as fuck. Or should I let him out? You can go. You can be released. Oh, I think yeah, come on. You know what to do. Come on. You guys can't see him. Oh, yes, you can. Right here, by the way. Come on, dude. You're almost there. Don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you don't know. Okay. Can you go? Jesus Christ. I'm a really good Christian because I didn't have to save that little bug fuck. Okay? And actually, you know what I did this morning too? That made me feel good? All the midgies that were, I have, you know how, like, spiders eat bugs, guys. So there was a whole spider web, and I saw all the midgies on there, and I went like this on the screen. Ooh, should I do an ASMR video next? Oh, okay. I love, like, the hand movement. Okay, so now I'm just going to take your hair, and I'm just going to put it over here. And then I'm going to take this piece of hair, and I'm going to put it over here. And now I'm going to go like this. Okay. I don't even know what I was saying. Should I check my phone? I don't even know where my phone is. Guys, that reminds me. I probably shouldn't say anything that's happening to me currently because I don't want to do that. But I met this very fine-ass gentleman. I think I've been matching with him on and off the dating apps for a couple years now. Also, I recommend you never use dating apps. I've already acted crazy towards this man because, like I said, after the whole entire story about my ex, I'm so freaked up in the head now. I've also met this very nice young gentleman, too, who was into cars and stuff like that. Very handsome, very sweet. I was very crazy towards him because I wasn't ready for anything, and that's on me for even getting on the dating, because I thought that I could just have, a nice, simple little thing, right? But no, I can't do that. I've learned that about myself, but I'm still going to try and do it anyways with this very fine-ass gentleman. Big, beefy, and I'm gonna climb him like a jungle gym. And I already acted crazy to him. He said, "Oh, you're okay, crazy girl. What is wrong with you? Have some self-worth and self-respect." I love men like that, though. Like, thank you. You can appreciate my beauty behind all the crazy. Okay. I didn't even hit this yet because I had to wait to get all of that out. And I like talking with it, looking at myself. I never get to look at myself. Oh, and we boxed in this bitch too. Lock the door. Nobody's coming in. Nobody's breaking this box. Oh my god, he's spamming my ass. Hi, Zaddy. Oh, I didn't mean. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about to call him.